What is up, PPL fans, and welcome to the second installment of my team building videos for the PPL Season 2. I'm Shoddy, you can read that, you know that. I don't know why I always say that in my intro, but it's a thing that happens, and you can only get used to it if you're here for the first time. Anyway, this week we're going against Shadow Gaming Hub, Colton, and the Osaka Eevees. So for the second time in a row, we face someone who's new to the league, and has an Eevee as their mascot. However, unlike Kino, Colton does not have any league experience, which is one thing that might play in our favor. However, he still has a very good draft. He knows what he's doing. He's been following the format for a while, so he's definitely no one to underestimate. No one is. And I'm gonna go over his draft real quick before I start with the team that I'm bringing. Video will be up on Saturday, hopefully, maybe Sunday, because I had scheduling issues, so we're battling really late. So I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll see. It's gonna be up in the near future. Let's just put it like that. So the team that Colton has consists of Mega Venusaur, Arcanine, Mesprit, still hurts, Crocodile, Jellicent, Gramble, Crobat, Haxorus, Rhydon, Zebstrika, and Doublade. So, if you look at the team and you know my team from last season, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 members from our team from last season. Those, of course, being Mesprit, Jellicent, Crobat, and for a short while also Zebstrika. And I'm honestly expecting all 4 of those to some extent. Well, not necessarily Crobat, because Crobat doesn't do a whole lot against my team, because I do have Mega Arrow and Registeel, and a lot of other things that can beat it 1v1, but everything else has a really good matchup. The monsters I'm definitely expecting are Mega Venusaur, because Mega Venusaur is good. It's the only thing on his team that can live a +3 hit from Manaphy, depending on my item and his investment and stuff like that. Mesprit is kind of a one I'm keeping in the back of my mind, just because my team doesn't have many psychic resistances. I don't have anything that hits psychic types with a super effective stab move, which is a huge issue on my team. I'm expecting Crocodile just because Behemoth is actually a threat to his team if you look at it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm expecting Crocodile, and also just Crocodile is good. Intimidate is really helpful, and it can definitely do a lot of damage to my team. Jellicent is just fat, and it switches into Kyurem. It's one of the few things on his team. And it's also safe switch into Manaphy's Scald, for example, if he's expecting a similar set then like last week. Then I'm expecting Haxorus. Haxorus is a massive threat, and I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that thing. I know I have a few ideas here and there. I have my sets, but if he gets up a Dragonets or even 2, and it's a Lumberry set, it might just be over. Not gonna lie, I might just get swept by Haxorus. So I have to play around that. It's a huge issue. And then last one, or did I even name 6? I'm not counting. Another one I'm definitely expecting is Zebstrika, which might sound weird because Zebstrika isn't the mon you would expect. But as you know, my only direct immunity is Jolteon, and the biggest threat to his team is probably Manaphy, the biggest one that he realizes right away. So he might want to bring Zebstrika to outspeed that and do a hell of a lot of damage. I'm expecting a physical variant, by the way, with, you know, Wild Charge, Double Edge, Volt Switch, and I don't know, fucking Flame Charge if he wants to. I don't know. He could still run Overheat, of course. So yeah, that's the main things I'm expecting. So let's get into my team. Only 4 minutes in. This is not looking bad. So the first one that we, the Bayern Mewnich, are bringing is MJ the Kyurem. Life Orb, Pressure, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Draco, and Roost. Max special attack, Timid with 236 speed Eevees and 20 HP Eevees. That speed allows me to outspeed a Jolly Crocodile. I'm not trying to speed tie with Arcanine. Reason being, it's not going to gain much from... I'm not expecting him to bring Arcanine at all. Just because I have so many things that can threaten it, and it doesn't do any job against my team that other mons can't do. It's not like Shaman or... what's its face? Registeel are that big of a problem to his team that he absolutely needs it. But if he brings it, I'm expecting him to be an offensive variant, which means at best would be a speed type with Kyurem, and in that matchup I don't really want to risk it. So yeah, let's just get into that. Life Orb allows me to do so much damage to his team. The only thing that can switch into this is Jellicent, if I'm not mistaken right now. Yeah, even Mega Venusaur doesn't appreciate Ice Beam plus Draco. That's why I'm running Draco, because after Rocks, that's just dead. Without Rocks, it's a roll, if I'm not mistaken. So, Ice Beam plus Draco is good for that. Earth Power, of course, for things like the Arcanine, the Doublade, and that's pretty much it. But for those two, those are really important to hit if he decides to bring them. Ice Beam hits a lot of his team really hard. Things like Crocodile, Mesprit, Gramble as well, Crobat, Haxorus, Rhydon, Zubstriker. None of these really approves as an Ice Beam. Of course, Earth Power hits Zubstriker as well, but it doesn't take an Ice Beam either. Not particularly well, at least. And Roost is there because this is my main switch in to Zubstriker, which might seem weird, but Zubstriker really isn't that powerful. I know the mon really, really well, so it's not going to do a hell of a lot of damage. I did the calcs, unless it's like a physical variant with double edge, which I'm expecting, as I said. He's not going to do much damage unless he's like banded. So, I should be fine in that regard, but Zubstriker is definitely a mon that I have to look out for, just like Haxorus. Those are the two biggest threats to my team. Kyurem can do a lot of damage to both of them. Yeah, and if Haxorus comes in on Kyurem, I might just go for the Ice Beam. I might not risk it. I'm pretty sure I won't. And just not have him set up on me, because that's not fun. So, that's MJD Kyurem. I was considering sub Roost, but then I did calcs, and Mega Venusaur can break my sub unless I'm fully specially offensive, and I don't see the point in that, because I'm not going to do any damage to anything ever. So yeah, I was also considering Shadow Ball over Draco, but Jellicent isn't that big of a problem, honestly. It's a bit annoying, but it's not a problem, so I feel like Draco is better to just nuke shit if necessary. So, moving on, the next mon that we're bringing is Costa, the Mega Aerodactyl, with of course the Aerodactylite and Precious regular ability. So, and for this set I gotta credit my man Ethan, because I was gonna bring a different set, but he was like, hey, Honeclaws, bulky Honeclaws, with dual stab, just kinda destroys him, and he's right, unless he's bringing two mons I'm very much not expecting. So I'm running Honeclaws, Roost, Aerial Ace, and Stone Edge. Max attack, Jolly, 148 speed Eevees and 108 in HP. Excuse me, that spread allows me to outspeed his second fastest mon, which is Zubstriker, before Mega Evolving. That is really, really important because Zubstriker is a threat. So, unless he's Scarfed, of course, in which case, if he's Scarfed, then he's just not a threat. He's not going to do any damage to anything ever. If he's special. If he's physical, still not too much damage, honestly. So yeah, Scarfed Zubstriker is not a problem. Basically. And this, did I say this set? Honeclaws, Roost, Aerial Ace, Stone Edge, so basic, yeah, I said that. Which allows me to set up on a couple things, on predicted switches, and so on and so forth. And then maybe just straight up sweep him, maybe destroy his team, that kind of thing. There are two things that wall is completely. Those are Doublade and Rhydon. But honestly, I'm not expecting any of those. Doublade just doesn't have a good matchup against my team. The majority of my mons can destroy it, or just beat it in general, and just I don't see it coming, honestly. And Rhydon, I have a Shaman, I have a Manaphy, I have Jolteon, which if I would bring it, would definitely have a hidden power for it. Kyurem destroys it. Arrow gets Aqua Tail. Togekiss gets Grass Knot. There's just no point for him to bring it, in my opinion. If he does, it's actually a bit of a problem, because with its Dual Stab and a potential Mega Horn, nothing really enjoys it. So that could be a problem. But it's way too slow for against my team. Even at +2 he doesn't speed Mega Arrow, so I just don't see him bringing that, in all honesty. So yeah, that's Mega Arrow. I can set up Honeclaws and then just do the damage, and it's gonna be fun. It's also a nice switch into a couple things like Arcanine can't kill me. It's a pivot into things like Crocodile if necessary. I can live a hit from Haxorus if I'm not mistaken. It's also one of my best switches to Crobat. Crobat can't do shit to me. I don't want speed, but that's not the point. Maybe I do have the Mega Evolving, I'm not even sure, because Crobat doesn't do anything to Mega Aerodactyl. It just doesn't. If he has fucking Natural Gift, cute shit, not gonna do anything. And I have Roost, so that's that. Moving on, we have Evergreen, the Shaman, Leftovers, Natural Cure, Seed Flare, Synthesis, Psychic, and Earth Power. 188 HP Eevees, 84 in special attack, and 236 speed with a timid nature. That allows me to outspeed a Jolly Arcanine, just in case that is a thing he might bring. I want to outspeed it with my base 100 mons, just because they can do a lot of damage to it. That's just it. And Shaman is my main switch into Crocodile. Even unless he's choice banned, he can't do anything to me. And if he's choice banned, I outspeed him. I can Seed Flare the fuck out of him, or Synthesis up, depending on how things go. Psychic is there for the Mega Venusaur mostly, and I think only, and Crobat as well. Never mind, Crobat and Mega Venusaur. Not gonna do a terrible amount, but it is something. If I get a Seed Flare drop on the switch in, I can Psychic and knock him out, for example, depending on how low, you know. You get what I'm trying to say. Psychic is just a way to do some damage. And then with Earth Power for things like the Arcanine, of course, the Doublade, the Zip Striker, because it could very well be Sapsipper, and a reliable way to hit things like Rhydon, so I don't have to risk a miss. Yeah, that's Shaman. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's also my main switch into things like Jellicent, because a bulky Shaman does not care, not even a little bit. So, also to Rhydon, unless it has Mega Horn, in which case this is going to be a problem. It's also probably going to be my switch into Doublade if he brings it, just because my other mons can't really get weakened. But everything depends on what team he brings. I'm not 100% certain. I'm fairly sure, but not certain on what he's going to bring. So, moving on, we have Tiny Blue, the Manaphy. Expert Belt, Hydration, Tail Glow, Scald, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. Max Special Attack, 236 Speed with Timid Nature and 20 HP. This thing just I fucked that up. This thing just runs through his team, and it's beautiful. As soon as the Striker's gone, I can set up Tail Glow and win. Mega Venusaur is a roll to kill, if I recall correctly, but guaranteed after rocks at +3. That's why I'm running Expert Belt. I did not want Life Orb. I had it at first, but I realized I don't want residual damage at all, because I want to be able to take hits after setting up, you know, with his from potential Scarf or whatever. So yeah, Scald is of course there for stab. It hits the majority of his team incredibly hard. Psychic is of course 40 Mega Venusaur, because that's a problem. Also hits Crobat if I don't want to Scald it, because Psychic does more. And then Shadow Ball over Energy Ball for Jellicent. Now that might seem really weird and really fucking stupid, but listen. Looking at his team, nothing cares about grass moves. His team is so resistant to grass, outside of Rhydon and Crocodile, and what's the other thing? Jellicent. Everything else does not care too much about grass type moves, because of Dragon can Sapsipper and so on and so forth. There are just a lot of resistances. So Energy Ball is not a good move to click against this team. And Shadow Ball, however, is. He has Mesprit, which is weak to it, and Doublade, which is weak to it. Both of which are hit really hard by Shadow Ball, obviously, with the Expert Belt. And on Jellicent, it really doesn't make too much of a difference between Energy Ball and Shadow Ball. I know, it's 10 base power, but looking at the calcs, they're just a few percentages off that don't really bother me, because Jellicent doesn't get Mirror Coat, so I don't have to worry about that. It doesn't get Haze either, so it's not a threat to Manaphy at all. So Shadow Ball is overall the better option in my opinion. Let's say I get up to +3 as he switches out his Jellicent into Mega Venusaur, so you get a buttload of damage with Shadow Ball and just knock him out with Psychic. I don't know, that's just... yeah, Shadow Ball is just better against his team, basically. You don't always need the power. And as I said, as soon as Striker's gone and things are somewhat slightly weakened, and by that I mean I have up rocks, I can just win, and it's gonna be beautiful if that happens. So next mon, I needed rocks, and that's why I'm bringing Registeel, the Registeel, Leftovers, Clear Body, Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss, T-Wave, and Toxic. Max HP, Max Defense, Bolt with 4 in Special Attack. I'm gonna get rid of these IVs real quick. You can't see that, but I'm gonna do that because that's important. I'm gonna do them on mons as well, if I don't forget. Anyway, Registeel is just good. It stops Crobat, it stops Scramble. It's my check to Haxorus because of T-Wave. He could be long, but that would be a problem, a huge problem actually. We'll have to see. This thing is of course completely walled by Doublade, but once again I'm not expecting anything to come. There's also one of my safe switch-ins to Mega Venusaur to scout what set it is. It also is a good switch into Mesprit, because Mesprit can't do a lot to a Registeel. It gets Fire Punch, yes, but I'm physically defensive, not going to do anything. So yeah, it's just a reliable rock set, a good check to a lot of things, and I'm just praying that he doesn't bring Haxorus. There's not much better I can do than try and get a T-Wave off this thing. I might change it to Sugar Berry, but I probably won't. No, I'm not going to do it because I need the recovery. So that's that, and the last one I'm bringing is Toffifee the Togekiss, Choice Scarf, Serene Grace, Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, and Trick. Max special attack, 176 speed with a timid nature, 68 in HP, 12 in defense. That's one hell of a spread. And Scarf Togekiss is good. I can flinch things, which is nice, but main thing why this is there is it just... I wanted a Scarfer and I wanted Togekiss for this matchup. It has a pretty decent matchup against this team. And defensive Manaphy Togekiss isn't particularly bad, but a lot of monsters can just bop it, and yeah, Scarf is just better. I can Air Slash flinch things to death, and if that happens, it's gonna be beautiful, because Colton sniped me with Mesprit. That's what you fucking get. So yeah, Dazzling Gleam is there for stab, to hit Crocodile, to hit Haxorus, also do more damage to things like Gramble, Striker, and so on. And then Shadow Ball is there for Jellicent, Mesprit, and the Doublade. Once again, he has 3 really important mons. Well, not important, but 3 mons that can switch into my moves that are weak to Shadow Ball. So that's that. And Trick is just there in case I want to cripple something, like, I don't know, Haxorus. I don't know if Haxorus is going to be crippled by that, but it might lock itself into a move, and that will enable me to deal with it a lot better. Obviously, defensive mons are more affected by Trick and more likely to get tricked, but that's just one example outside of the standard defensive tricking fodders. So yeah, that's the team. I'm not sure if I did a good job. I'm tired and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying. Dicks. I do hope you enjoyed this. I want to know what you think of the team, because I'm kind of iffy about it. This is going to be a really difficult matchup. His team is threatening, but so is ours. I think it's not one of the more difficult matchups. It's a standard matchup in league play. There are threats on both sides that can just destroy someone's team, basically. So yeah, that's a team. It's weak to Substriker, like really, really, really weak to Substriker. But as we're gonna have to deal with, I'm gonna have to play well around everything. This is once again going to be a game where I just have to play well, and it's probably going to be a theme of the season. But hey, that's what I'm here for. I want to try and be good at this fucking game. So yeah, I've been enjoying. Tell me what you think I should change about the team. It's not going to change anything because it's going to be after the battle, but it's good to know. I'm very interested to see what people think, and maybe I will tell you why I didn't do it. Or maybe I'm gonna be like, fuck, I should have done that. Maybe it would have saved my game if I lost. I don't know. I'm recording this before the game, so nothing I say matters. So I'm gonna stop rambling now. Thank you all very much for watching. As I said, the game will be up tomorrow-ish. Like somewhere in the next 24 hours after this goes up. Probably, hopefully, maybe. Very accurate. So yeah, make sure to check out Colton as well. He's a cool weep. He's a cool guy, and yeah. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some newts. I'll appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.